Yesterday we saw like normal workflow basic transaction code, how to restart the workflow. So we have certain transaction codes we'll list down, and then we'll go for the debugging in quality. Means debugging in how to debug the solutions. Okay.
Ram, just give me a 1 minute.
Okay, no
I'll
problem.
be back.
Okay, no problem.
I'm back.
Okay. So as a VIM consultant, we are not going to develop any workflow. Okay. Only we will monitor few work items. Monitor work items. So if the work items are in error, then go to transaction code, SWPR, provide the date which work item went on error, then fix the role and fix the role and click on restart workflow. And SWIA, one moment. User is locked actually. So here in this SWIA transaction code, we can forward the work item from one user to other user by clicking administration forward. So which user to which user I can forward. So like in SWIA, in this transaction, we can forward work item from one user inbox to other user inbox. Okay. Next, here by using administration forward, so you can forward the work item. This is the transaction code. If I want to forward from one user to other user, I can forward it. So 786 with which user is holding this work item. So it is waiting in this many users. So I can forward to other user. I can forward it to other user. That cannot choose yourself an agent. Okay. So whichever agent is in RAMs, so that agent, so nothing but agent is available, that agent we can forward. So here, see, it went to RAMs like that. We can auto forward. This is one transaction code where we will use more. Usually SWIA transaction code authorization will not be there. You get it for a technical consultant. You no need to have it. Let it technical consultant have it, the ABAPer. So let him do that. So these are just to see, like same as SWIA, we can perform something, but here to monitor the workflows, just like ready state, completed state. So all this log you can see from here. We can also see the log from VIM Analytics nowadays. So we don't need of this transaction. Earlier we are using this in initial period. So SWI1 is just, so here we can see log of the work item. Okay, so you can also see login slash opt slash vim va2. So how to see that in analytics? How to see the log? Select this. Okay, here we have display workflow log. Go to here, so it will open this tab. Okay, click on select this particular list with technical details and log print all. So this is the log. So where you can see the current agent, who is the current agent. See, like this. So this workflow log, to come here, first go to VIM Analytics, under Process tab, select that particular line and click on Display Workflow. So here, technical details, then can see log print, right, with all the details. So Write it down here. Process tab. Select the line. Click on workflow log and click on select technical details. Click on print all. Okay. Next. So we have other SAP transaction codes where we cannot use anything, but I'll show you. So let's say I want to know the task of this particular work item task, or I want to see a graphical presentation. See, graphical workflow. So this is the SWDD transaction code will be there. So this is DP. So you can see workflow went to this all green. So you can say this is not required for you, but in case just have a knowledge, don't open this also here. This is a workflow engine where you can see the workflow task, how your VIM workflow is triggering, at what stage it is started, and how it went. So and where it went, what are all the things happened here. So all those things you see. You no need to see. You will not see the correct exact details, but the workflow, at least a diagram flow chart, you will see from here. So the transaction code is SWDD, where you need to copy this and where is the I just want to looking for the workflow task number. So I can also get from here. See, this is the task. So where to open this task flow diagram? I can also go here, display workflow log, click on the graphical workflow. So it will show me. Or else you want to open separately, then go to OSWDD. So here you will see the graphical representation of your workflow. So I'll just give this task, this one, 275269. This is a workflow graphical representation where you can see. So if I just right side is the total image where you can minimize or maximize. Entire workflow is built like this. So task wise each. This is a workflow, SAP workflow, which we do not require, not even single touch here. We no need to do anything here. If you touch something or you want to change something, your entire VIM will not work. Not a particular task, entire VIM will not work. Okay. So this is a workflow details. So I'll just transaction wise, I am just showing for you SWDD. Here we can see workflow design, VIM workflow design, and SWO1. SWO1. So here we can see business objects and their codes wherever under that business objects, what are all the methods, each process OCR means what happens, process means what happens. So each of this we have a particular built-in code will be there, so that you will see here usually means workflow level code. So you can see here a workflow level code. That's it. So SWO1, here we can see the business objects, object type, workflow level, code, example, /opt/v1001. So you can see here how DP is creating all the code. So these are the major transactions which we are working in, means we are not working. So we are working actually on these two transactions whenever request based. The others are basics which you want to know. So monitoring also, which I explained you yesterday, you can see in that particular administration guide. So any questions up to now, or do you have any issues? So
Ram, like
yeah,
in order to kickstart the workflow, right?
yeah.
Uh, Initially install, like is there anything specifically we need to look in and get that thing done to initiate the workflows and all?
Okay, I'll just make this particular topic as above, and then later we'll go to debugging. So it sells down. Okay. So here, so initially configuration, what we are doing, initial configuration, what we are doing, I'll just explain you. Whenever the installation is done, post installation activity, any document. So
Hmm.
once the installation is done, so I'll just make sure. Post installation activities. So once the installation is done, so post installation activity steps, I'll just write it down here, new duplicate slide, post installation activities. We need to perform all these activities. So once the installation is done freshly, done in a new system. So below activities, we need to perform in VIM system. So first is BC set activation. So BC set activation, we need to ask ABAPer to help us, like what are all the things which we need to do. So here BC sets activation, I'll just write it down. Okay, let it be. So BC sets activation. So the transaction code here is like SCPR20. So first of all, when the Vim workflow that version is created, implemented, so you have a release notes in place. So in this release notes, first thing, like first and foremost thing, like you need to activate the BC sets. So post installation, you need to activate the BC sets, each SP pack. So Vim installation will work like this. Whenever you are going for a fresh installation, so you need to inform them that it's not direct version update. Okay, direct, they should not do a version update. So example, I'll just note it down here. Note, when you are going for Vim installation, first ask them to install base package like 7.5 or 16.3. 7.5 for ACC and 16.3 for S4HANA. Sorry. After that, ask them to install each service pack sequentially. Each service pack sequentially. Sequentially means SP0. SP0 will come automatically. SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, SP5 goes on SPN. Sequentially, they need to install and activate each uh, business object, business sets, BC sets, as mentioned in each release notes sequentially. Okay, so first of all, you need to perform this post installation activities which are there in each release notes. So here they're given activate this particular BC set. After that, so post installation activities, these and all you no need to do. So this will taken care by installation team. Only thing is like initially when you are upgrading or installing the packages, accordingly they need to read this release notes and ask them to perform the post installation activities. Otherwise your system will not be installed properly, that you keep in mind. So ask activate BC sets as mentioned in is release notes sequentially, or perform post installations mentioned in perform post installation steps in release notes. First I'm saying release notes mentioned in each perform post exceptions mentioned in release notes. Each release notes after each service pack completion. So that is first thing for VIM. Okay, you understand, right? So this activity I'm explaining. This activity will be followed for upgrade or new installation. I'll just mention these topics in next slide. Let me keep in next slide. So I'll come first, I'll finish. So VIM installation. So once that business center installation also same way. So each after VIM upgrade, VIM. So before, like we have in each release notes, how to install business center will be there. So here release notes, under release notes you will see what table wise you need to install the business center. You will see you provide same way chart to the basis team. So basically, like I'll just provide you here, you can see in the release notes. See, see here. So if you are in 7.5 SP7, then you also in the business center you need to be in 16.3 SP1. If you are in VIM 7.5 SP8, you should be in business center 16.32, like that. So parallelly you need to install the business center once the VIM installed. Both are parallel components, guys. So both are parallel components. Parallelly, ask basis team to install business center components by referring the release notes mentioned. Release notes chapter is business center compatibility and support package information. So this is how they need to install. Okay, so once these two steps and installation is completed, okay, then what they need to do? So they need to refer, they need to do below steps. First is activating the SCPR20 at each level. So activating the BC sets. In each level, we have both business center related documents. We have VIM documents. Each release notes they need to refer. As a VIM consultant, you just guide the ABAPer. Okay. So post installation steps here also you will see. So here if you find any BC set, then activate that BC set, business center related. If not, you can just leave it as it is. So here we do not see any BC set. So both the guides you need to refer. So I'll write it down here. To activate BC sets, refer both the uh, what you can say release notes of business center, um, of VIM and business center. So activation we are performing the transaction code SCPR 20. And next, so here you no need to do in this system, guys. Once this is a one time activity. Okay, note note, this is one time activity. Do not perform in testing system. From another time. So one more thing you need to keep in mind, that if you are upgrading from SP4 to SP5, then you activate only SP5 related business objects. Do not activate from the scratch. So it will entire configuration will be again, your system will be new. So that also you inform to ABAP team. So here activate business sets only that particular release notes mentioned. Do not activate from scratch. Activate from first for each upgrade if you are doing an upgrade. Okay. So here SCPR20. So usually how we'll do, so we will go to SCPR20. So I'll just show not activate here, this already done. So let's say this is the BC set. So I can see here, okay, this is not installed pre 000. So I can see here whether it is activated or not. Then only if it is not activated, nothing is there, then only you need to activate. So just like that. So just click on activate, then it will ask, one pop-up will come. Not in the test system, I'm saying. I will not do, just I'm just showing. So click on activate, then activate. So that screenshots also available how to activate in your installation guides. Here Control F, SCPR20. So here they given, so BC set, which transaction, SCPR20, and provide the this next screen will come. So expert mode, then click on activate, like that they given already. And next step is like configuring the workflow as dialog tasks. So here we have, these are all the tasks they given. Go to PFTC and how to perform dialog tasks. These are the post installation steps they given each one. So these are all the things which you need to do actually. So refer. Up to now you are clear what we are doing. So here we are, sorry.
I said yes.
Okay, okay. Workflow task as general and dialog. So we have both the business center related tasks at the same time, VIM related tasks. So here we can see you need to go to PFTC to do this. I'll just make it here. So all the below steps you need to perform once all the packages installation completed in your system. I'm saying the second step onwards. So let's say this one will keep in the here. And, go to transaction PFTC, perform make it as general. So here, so each step you need to go to PFTC. So like PFTC. So here each step you need to select standard task. So like this is mentioned. So perform same way for all these tasks. Go here. So display. Okay. Under that additional data, agent assignment, maintain. So under that you need to make this particular attribute as general task. Usually general forwarding will be there. So make it as general task and transfer. So this is a quick start of VIM workflows. You need to make it all the tasks as same way. And also we have business center tasks, so those also we need to make same way. So business center quick start of workflows also, that guide I'll share it with you. I need to download it, I forgot actually. So that quick start guide also I'll keep in the folder, you can access from there. Today I will do. So these are the workflow tasks which you need to do. Once after that, then we need to run a workflow buffer transaction code. Then we need to see as general. So all the tasks which are given under installation guide and BC setup guide and refreshing workflows. So these are like go to transaction here. Once the upgrade is done, so it will refresh everything, like it will set up a structure based. So go to here, it will make the structure in a better way. What you can say, structures in a proper way. So go to transaction, swobf, run this as mentioned in installation guide. So you need to go to this transaction. So start synchronizing. Okay, automatically it will synchronize all the task, organization, and event. So all these RFC definitions, everything. And we also have SWU3. You don't do here also. SWU3 slash n SWU3. This is a workflow engine. Okay. In SWU3, keep all tick marks should be in a green. Okay. And also note SWU3, try to make all the steps in green so that the workflow engine is working fine. Based on that only. Next is you need to go to installation guide. So configuring object services. So these are like you can initially give same way and configure. Okay, if you give, what will happen, it will give you the GOS attachment in the VIM analytics or VIM workplace screen. So to get GOS attachment slash opt slash VIM workflow, this attachment you will see. Okay, fourth step. Next is very important, that is number ranges. It is like here. Yeah, any questions?
No, Ram.
Okay, object services. This will enable GOS. And next is maintain number ranges. Yes, Anuleka?
Yes, yes, Ram.
Okay. You have any questions up to now?
No.
Okay. These are like post installation steps. So you asked, right? So how to upgrade the system. So this is how once the upgrade is done. So you need to ask them to upgrade release notes by release notes. And then once the upgrade is done, you need to ask, and with the help of once you maintain the number ranges, you no need to maintain again. So you already upgrade purpose, which is not required. So here we are maintaining, do not maintain the number ranges once the upgrade is done. So let's say you are going for upgrade, because already certain document numbers are generated in production. So if you update again in the lower environment number ranges, so lower environment number ranges will be replaced in production. So entire data will goes mess up. Nothing you will see in VIM. And again it will be a job fire. So make it sure it's not, do not do that. So maintain number ranges. Here we are maintaining number ranges. So this activity only perform in case of new implementation. Do not note, do not touch. We are going for upgrade. And then linkage events, Vim workflows. So first, to maintain the number ranges, transaction code is SNRO. So objects listed in objects list given in installation guide of Vim and also business center. So here we'll take OPT doc ID, like the same all the things. So just go to SNRO. They mentioned here with the screenshots. Okay, so you no need to change what I need to maintain. So that is like, so /o SNRO. So here you are providing display first, then ranges, then here you are changing the interval. Okay, so you want to start from uh, 001, or you want to start with one series or other series. Make it only one particular one only number range for all. Okay, don't create multiple number ranges. You're clear? So this is the number range object maintenance. Next is event linkages. So this is the step where we are doing all the event linkages like this. So he has mentioned first step is like to queue SWE2. So you need to perform all these activities in SWE2 transaction code. It's a one-time activity. So this one you can perform at the upgrade level also. So I'll just make it bold, which are the header things. Here you need to check event linkages and do the changes accordingly in VIM SWE2 transaction code. One sample I'll show SWE2. Okay, so go here. So he has mentioned a table. Okay, installation guide. He has mentioned a table. First events, first object type FIPP. Okay, object type FIPP. BO, always BO FIPP. Provide the event. Event is deleted here. You can see, and down receiver type. Select this and provide. So each one you need to check. So if the whichever we given here, all those things we need to activate this event linkage. Click on detail view. We need to activate this event linkage, and you need to check whether this FM is correctly mentioned in this or not. So this is what we need to do. So we have around 26 business object types are there for event linkages. All those things you need to perform properly. And rest all like it's up to you. These all are optional basically. Standard text maintaining and all those things. If you perform, it's well and good. But this is again important. That is like each and every workflow, like wherever you are implementing, if you are implementing in what you can say ECC, ask basis team to add this parameter ID into WF batch roles. Or else like if you are working on S4 HANA, in S4 HANA batch user, you ask them to add this particular parameter ID in the roles section. So we'll go. So this is optional configuration, but this is optional configuration, but you can perform by given steps. So here also like standard text maintaining, for mail notifications. Can perform as mentioned. Installation guide. So this is mandatory. Ask basis team to include the role configuration. Then these are like it's up to you whether you want to do so. Perform all by referring the, which if it will not difference anything like if you perform below these configurations or not. So refer installation guide, optional configurations. Okay, so these are the post installation steps we need to perform in each upgrade or installation accordingly based on the requirement. You're clear, guys? What are the quick startup we need to do? Number ranges and making generalization of tasks is very important. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll have a break and I'll come back and we'll join again. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you're back. Hello. Hello.
I'm back, Ram.
Okay, thanks for it. I'll just ask. Okay, so so in Vim, how to debug? Nothing but I'm not going to teach you the above debugging steps here, but how to debug in case of like if any issue, then how we need to how to provide help to above consultant first of all. So here debuggings are like first is process type debugging, okay, and screen debugging, process option debugging, BDC ID debugging. So process type debugging. So nothing but user came up with an exception. Okay, is always coming. So boss, I am facing this exception every time, even though like what you can say, uh, which I have given the details, but still this exception is coming. So he came up with an issue. Okay, always particular business rule is in red. He want to know why, based on what data it will be cleared. Okay, based on what data it will be cleared. He came up with the continuously this uproll required is coming like that. Example I am taking any business rule which is continuously triggering, even though he has given the data. How to resolve this? Based on what data I want to resolve? Could you please debug and tell me? So user came up with an issue stating that a particular business rule, any business rule which is continuously triggering even though he given the correct data. So due to sometimes like so based on the logic only, right? So how to debug? So this debugging, process type debugging, so you can do in production, there is no harm, but sometimes okay. So here, which are all the things we can do, which are all the things we cannot do? I'll just write it down here. Production we can do below in production directly, below activities debug in production directly. So we do not, so we need to do debugging in quality system by reproducing the issue in test system. So process type debugging means user is coming um, like say any one of the exception is triggering again and again, even though he data given the proper data, asking for resolution. So steps are like copy the logic, which is assigned for that process type in DP document type, and go to SE37 and open the function module, open the logic, and keep the debugger. Come to VIM Analytics, takes it is nothing but /opt/vim va2, execute, and click on that business rule. It will go in debugging mode. So here onwards, ABAPer will take care basically. So I'll just show you. So we are not teaching any debugging skills here, even though I can give you that the things, but even though you should know the coding, right? First of all, if you know the coding, then only you can able to debug. So what I am saying is /n/opt/spro, under this tab, go to document processing, document type, maintain document types, select your DP, whichever may be. Okay, So select your DP. So here I'll select from VIM Analytics what is 842 NPO PM is there. Okay, ZNPO PM. So something like that in these lines. So here I am just copying one of the function module. So user came up with again and again triggering. So I'll copy this function module. That is what I said. So then go to SE37, open this function module in display mode and keep the debugger. So just click on left side, keep the debugger. Then go to Vim Analytics, ask him to click on the process type. So here, exception. So exception reason. Click on exception reason. Click on exception reason. It will go to, so click on exception reason. Then it will automatically goes to here. So F5 is for next line, F6 is for next line, F7 is for come out of this function module. F8 is like execute completely. So F5 means go inside, F6 is means next line, F7 means come out of this particular FM, and F8 means execute. So and logic they will check basically. So this is how the debugging of process type will happen. So I'll write it down. So basics are like basics. F5 is to go inside of function module or perform. F6 go to next line. F7 come out of that function module or perform. F8 is to execute the logic. So usually ABAPer will do, so I will write it down here. So you just guide the ABAPer note as a VIM consultant. If you as a VIM consultant, we can guide how to do debugging. So if you know ABAP, it's well and good. Do debugging and provide this activity to ABAP team. If you know ABAP, then you can perform. So this is process type debugging. You're clear, guys? Next is screen debugging. So suppose whenever user is opening the screen, whenever user is executing workplace, is getting dump. So user is getting dump in particular screen. So to debug this, ask ABAPer to go to ST22, identify the screen program and screen number. Go to SC51, provide the screen number and screen program. Keep the debugger. and go to VIM Analytics. Click on DP number. Then it will go to click on DP number and then click on screen where you are getting dump and debug. So usually sometimes in realistic scenarios, like whenever user is clicking on VIM Workplace, he will get a dump in a initial screen, basic data screen for a balancing purpose. It's like slash opt slash VIM Workplace. So he will go to that particular screen. So whenever he is executing like this, he will get a dump. He will not see anything. He will not see anything over here. In that case, what we need to do? We need to go to ST22. So dump we need to check on the particular day. Let's say and take the dump program and all. Go to SC51 here. Provide the program name and screen number. Let me take screen number as 1100 and select the wherever you are getting dump that particular area. So I'm selecting in this particular area. So let me go to VIM Analytics. Okay, let me go to VIM Analytics VA2 and execute that DP whichever you are getting dump. Click on that DP number. See, automatically it will go in a debugging mode. So execute. So, and here if he is getting line item level, he can go to line item or accounting like that. So here itself you can perform screen level debugging in the VIM Analytics itself. So I hope you understand this. You're clear how to guide this?
Yes, Ram. If user is facing some approval workflow issue, then approval class can debug in production system.
Approver class you can debug, there is no issue, but you do not click on approve. Otherwise you better ask okay, because the data problem will come. This is like a critical activity. Usually if you are getting a next approver is not determining, then it is due to
Yeah.
you need to take a screen what you can say screen sharing with the user. Okay, and you need to get the debugging access for that user. When he is clicking on approve, is it is not going to the next approver. Why it is not going to the next approver? You need to keep the debugger in their system and you need to debug. That is how we will do. So if you are getting still production data and quality data is same both the places, if you are getting, then try to replicate the scenario in quality, try to debug.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so process option debugging, like whenever user click on button here, so they're able to see some dumps, able to see dumps. So it's like process option or BDC ID is same, right? Because inside process option only BDC ID will be there anyway. So let me keep. So go to process options configuration, identify which program is there, then keep the debugger in that program. Click go to VIM Workplace and ask, click on that click on the button. It will go to debugging mode. So I'll just make this text size as Okay, so here let's say whenever user is clicking on post invoice button, it is going to dump, or else something like we can see whichever may be the button. So if I click on apply rules, or it is getting dumped kind of thing. So go to process options. So here apply rules means 316. Change document type means what is the logic we have. A simple logic based. Okay, everything is BDC ID based only. So I need to go to that BDC ID and select that particular logic. Okay, select that particular logic and select the program function module and keep the debugger in this function module SC37. Okay, and keep the debugger in this. Just it's only successful or something is there, but usually like whatever may be the button. So go to that button, identify the code, and whether it is coming here or not, you check. So I'll just go to VIM workplace, execute. Execute. So clicking on apply rules. When I click on apply rules, see automatically button came here. So like this, you can debug BDC ID, or you can debug process option. This you need to do in quality system only. Wherever test system is there, you need to test there only. You need to ask your developer to follow these instructions. That is all. Process options, process option level, BDC ID. You need to go to BDC ID, get the program, and keep the debugger. You're getting? So go to BDC ID configuration and copy the program, keep the debugging, go to VIM workplace. If it is a button, then go to VIM workplace. If it is a BAPI, provide the data manually and click on execute, check, and check. So if you see, sometimes what will happen, background posting is not happening properly, like that they'll come. Background posting, due to some issue, background posting is not happening. So in that case, copy the BDC ID from your let's say any DP document. So copy the BDC ID, background posting BDC ID, go to the BDC ID, go to the BDC ID. Okay, so here under details section, copy the program and go to SC37, keep the debugger, execute it, provide the input like 6th BDC ID, auto flag. Here provide all the data manually, like one head information and one item information. First you ask them to delete, so you need to provide all the one head and one item information and ask them to debug. Okay, so NSC 11, sorry, SC16N slash opt slash vim one head, any PO based invoice. So I'm selecting one of the document. What happened? Okay, so one of the document I'll take 39 just for a sec. Okay, so double click on this. So when you double click, you will get like this. Control Y, copy everything, and Control V, paste it. So like this, you need to page down, Control Y, copy everything, and Control C, paste it. So paste it. Okay. So like this, you need to do the details, and index item details also you need to provide same way. Delete everything, 0 zeros. So Control Y. Okay, go to item details, one item, execute. So I need to execute same document anyway. 34 something like that, right? So 34, this one 31 will. So do not double click on this 31, then copy the details, Control Y, copy everything, Control V, paste it. Okay, so like that, each and every information you need to provide, and click on debugging. So then you will see why it is not posting in background, what is the issue. So this is how you need to do for BDC ID posting in the background. Okay, so click on exit. If sometimes background posting is not happening due to some issue, then ask, then take the background posting BDC ID, then go to SE37, go to BDC configuration, select the function module, and click on details view. Select the function module, go to SE37 and execute, provide header data information and item data information. Click on debug. Click on debug. So you can do from there. You got it? How to debug this in the debugging ways of workings. Do you have any questions up to now, guys?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So batch job, list of batch jobs. VIM. So first list is like to communicate BCC and IDH tool based. Below batch jobs are required, and to communicate if you are using BCC with IDH tool, BCC or ICC with IDH tool. Then IDH tool transaction is nothing but /opt vim 7AX8, old method. Then below batch jobs to used, and to communicate BCC, only BCC with business center BC, nothing but business center /OTX/PF03_WP. Then you need to use schedule below batch jobs and general batch jobs list, jobs list. So here first these are for communicating the BCC with IDH tool or with business center. Both are separate, and what are the general batch jobs we'll discuss. Okay, so first with the BCC with IDH tool. So batch jobs are like, so you can see the batch jobs list in the administration guide, VIM administration guide. Okay, so under administration guide you can see what are all the batch jobs. So regular batch jobs and one-time administration tasks. See scheduling batch jobs. So each batch job, why schedule and after what, all those details are available here. Okay, R one-way reminder for mail notifications, triggering header level workflow, invoice life cycle, so collection reports, and scheduling analytics report working purpose if any required. Central reporting, this major one. And central reporting one, I'll just send screenshots in a separate uh, place, because always team is asking. I got lot of requests, so we are unable to do which sequence we need to do all those questions once after the class completion also. So what I prepared is like, I'll send a separate document with you, prepare that document and send it with you. Okay, then so coming to the ERP and ICC integration, that is nothing but a BCC integration also with IDH tool. What are all the batch jobs we need to do? So that I'm going to just give you the information, all those batch jobs list, and then scheduling batch jobs for multiple backend scenarios. So basically, what are all the batch jobs which we required? So BCC, these things I'll just give you. See, first is like downloading for BCC and IDH tool based, downloading vendor data from anywhere in HANA, also same program, so don't think that it is different. So in SC38, so this is the batch job, staging table batch job. This will, what it will do, it will download the data from your vendor staging table to BCC, vendor master data downloading. Okay, so this batch job we need to schedule daily once. Okay, daily, weekly once basically. Or you can, if you want vendors are frequently creating in your customer's place, then you can go ahead with daily ones. Okay, so first job is like downloading the vendor master data to BCC. Schedule this batch job weekly once. And second one is PO, downloading PO master data. So PO STG, PO F4L. So there is only two tables, invoice and vendor and PO. These two tables, if you send, what will happen? So it will extract the information, downloading the PO transactional data to BCC, and third one we need to refer that guide. So there is a clean job. So this also we need to execute this program. Clean up. So this is like to clean everything. So age in months, parameters, skip the electrician. So this is weekly ones we can keep. Okay, or is there anything which they given here? Nothing. So here we keep this job as weekly ones. So this will clean temporary data related to BCC or ICC. And fourth job is most important. Okay, so all these jobs are most important to communicate with your BCC in case of IDH tool. So DP trigger, this will communicate the BCC whichever are scanned, then it will send to BCC, and also it will collect whichever are extraction completed from BCC. Fifth one, star valid EXTR. So this program, so schedule this one schedule this is like I need to write it here, weekly once. This job full download weekly once, and delta download daily once. Nothing but in this job PO staging tables. Okay, so if I execute without delta, you need to execute weekly. So you provide the purchase documents which are related to you, and with delta execute daily. Okay, so two variants we need to ask, and then so this is also. And
Then why do we need this and the PO details in the staging tables?
okay, so why do we need is like to extract the, okay, in the invoice copy, whichever PO number they given, which is the PO number
Yeah.
to identify the BCC. Okay, this is the PO number. That is a purpose. This data will be downloaded in BCC. When you are uploading into staging tables, automatically BCC will take from those staging tables and it will keep a copy of this master data and transactional data in BCC. So sometimes what will happen, phone number also is same and PO number is also same. So let's say, I'm just saying an example. If that PO number is there in that list, then it will treat as a PO number. Like 45 series in Europe countries, they have phone number like 46 series also. So usually that is a PO series also in SAP. So how system will recognize, okay, this is the PO number or this is a phone number. So if that transactional data, it will compare. If that details are there, then it will treat as a PO number. If the details are not there, it will not extract that information. PO related. Vendor also same way.
BCC,
Yeah.
BCC sits on here in the ABAP component, or it's in the separate server?
Separate server. Separate server.
So whatever there in that staging table data, it will
Take as a
take
reference.
it from there. And
Yes.
okay. But is it going to store that in that BCC server as well?
Yes.
This data?
Yes. There is a SQL server located in the BCC that will be stored in locally in the BCC. That I'll show you in the next week, like basically.
Yep.
Okay. And then
And Ram, if we want to check the job properties or job details, then at where we can check?
what job properties?
Means in a PO download, what PO data is downloading correctly or incorrectly? Means
That you can
add
see in the
PO vendor. Okay.
yeah. So in the staging table here itself, you can see that information. So you will not see in a BCC level. So whatever information is there, so you just keep it as STG. So STG PO, STG Lifnar. So these are the tables will be filled. So if I go to STG PO, nothing is, I've not executed any bad job. So that's why nothing able to see. If I go to STG Lifnar, LIF, so here I can see vendor data, what vendor data is there at BCC level. So here itself, you can see whether that data is properly, whatever BCC data holding, that you can see in this table. You getting?
Okay.
Yeah. So next, DP trigger and this program. Okay, scheduling weekly, and this program schedule for every 3 minutes, every 3 minutes, and schedule this program. It will check uh, DP need validation or not. So that is like schedule for every 3 minutes. And sixth program, so we have DP EXTR, sorry, valid status valid. So this will take whichever validation completed. This program will read validation, ready for validation, and send it to validator. So this is the things which you need to schedule for in case if you are using IDH tool. If I am using Business Center, then what are all the programs? So all these programs, 3 programs, are combined into a one program in terms of Business Center. And the rest all batch jobs are remain same. So OTX slash OTX LIF star F4. for help. I'm just checking like is there any OTX also separately they given, but not. So here two jobs. Again, these are overall three jobs we need to schedule. Three jobs. So here also two jobs, and then um, third job is like slash OTX slash IDF trigger. So this is the batch job schedule for every 2 minutes. So this will communicate with BCC and the business center with all the information checking, information taking and sending. So these are the three batch jobs we will schedule in terms of business center if we are using. Okay. So general batch jobs list is like, so you can refer to what you can say this one-time administration list, basically one-time batch jobs list where you can see the chapter. So I'll write it down that and make it whichever is useful you can just make it. So VIM batch jobs. So note refer VIM batch jobs in administration guide based on requirement you schedule the batch jobs. Why I am saying this point is like because we never know, sometimes some clients they want to go with a blocking flow or not, or sometimes mail notification is required or not, we don't know. So and all those things you can see accordingly. If you are performing that configuration, go through it and do the scheduling of these batch jobs. These are the list of batch jobs we need to do it. Any questions in terms of batch jobs?
Ram, what is the difference between BCC and business center? Means what is the purpose for business center configuration?
Okay, I'll just take this to also. Thing is like ICC is nothing but BCC is nothing but only there is a IDH tool based. Okay, IDH tool and business center. You need to ask difference like this. Difference between IDH tool and business center. So in IDH tool, we will only see the invoice status. Okay, whichever invoices which are you scanned, and it will show only invoice related status and invoice documents related status. Moreover, earlier this BCC or ICC used to extract only invoice details. ICC used to extract only invoice capture center. If I scan invoice document, only it is to extract the invoice details. Now recently Opentext has introduced their own purpose. They are expanding their business in other areas also. It's not in VIM, you no need to bother about that, but they upgraded this particular activity, BCC and business center. Business center they released. Why? Because they want a transaction code where I can see, say if I scan sales order also, I want to see that sales order is extracted or not, extracted status information. Okay, here we are not doing anything, so just for status these two transaction codes will show the status whether the scanned document is extracted or it is waiting in validation or it is a scanned status or which status it is. So those details it used to show. So this report earlier it was showing only invoice related information. Now they expanded the report to show sales order information, purchase order information, invoices information, all the information in one transaction, open text transaction. So that is what the major. And also they have streamlined, like for a machine learning based. Later, if they want to make the system in a machine learning based, so they are doing a coding in such a way that they want to do some adoptions, machine learning algorithms they have introduced in the business center. That is like the back end activity. Front end, as a end user or a functional consultant, what we are getting is like a transaction code where we are getting all the information at one store, one place. So if you see /opt/vim 7ax8, so here we are getting the scan document is ready for validation, or this information, only invoices related information we used to see. Extraction is remain same, everything is remain same, only the status related. OTXPF03_WP. If you see here, here it's a big transaction code where we can see all the related other documents also apart from my invoices process. So they have expanded their product. So this is for inbound administration for invoices, which where if I am a VIM consultant, I need to concern about this only. Rest all is not mine. IES and inbound administration. IES they are going to release in, they have released, but still it's not up to the mark. So patch beta version is released, so rest is they are performing that. So inbound administration, so inbound administration, here I can see the invoices related information, whether scan document is extracted or not, all those information. They have introduced a new report. If I want to see, means tomorrow the company which they are adopted both order to cash extraction process, purchase to pay extraction process outside VIM, apart from the VIM they don't, they're also using other solutions, then they can see from here. So whether that details are available here or not, incoming orders, sales orders, procurement orders. So these are like they'll scan a order which will come from outside, and they'll create a workflow for that simply. You're getting?
Okay. Okay. So we can see purchase order, sales order, everything from here,
Yeah, but
right?
it's not, yeah, it's not recommendable for VIM consultants or VIM. It's all access we have here. But if it is a procurement team, they'll see only procurement team related tab here. And if it is a sales order
Oh,
team, they'll see only supplier related, sales related tab. So like that, simply. One place to, if that person is both eligible for sales orders and invoices, they can see both the tabs like that. They're adopting
okay.
and making some changes in the transaction code level. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, so we'll discuss like how to uh, do a channels configuration in BCC and BC Business Center at the same time, IDH tool, both the channels configuration at the same time. Application creation is same for any base solution in BCC. We'll see and we'll run through it all these channels in the next class, and we'll close. Okay. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So next, what we need to do is like next class when we will keep. So around Thursday, my all KT meetings and all going to complete. I'm planning to, if you are agree, then I'll plan on Friday itself to close, or else we'll go on Saturdays as usual, like same time, 7 to 9. 2 hours
We'll
is
go on
okay.
Saturday.
Okay, okay, Hari. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we'll see on
Ram,
Saturday.
can you
Yes.
keep a 7:30 to 9:30
I
instead of
have
7 to 9?
actually, yeah. So I'm weekdays I'm not taking, right. So any training. So usually like weekends I moved. So I have 9:30. There is a uh, Australia team
Okay.
which is waiting already.
Okay.
So which is not possible. That is the reason. Only 1 week is there, right? So 2 days I am asking your time.
Yeah.
Only one day next day.
Yeah.
Half an hour bit. I'm
Okay.
waking up at 6 o'clock. You just try for 6:30, or else you can wake up and come and sit here. So yeah, I'm not asking continuously, just 2 days or one day. One day it is enough, 2 hours. But if it is just based on your understanding, it may extend it to Sunday. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
don't
in
miss the
channel
next class.
configuration, yeah, in channel configuration, we can get those idea. If some data is not picking from extracting end, then what need to do?
Yes,
Those things can get idea.
yes.
Okay.
So this the next class is a critical class. So all the channels configurations will be there. So do not miss it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you
Thanks.
guys. Happy weekdays. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.